Okay, so today I'm going to talk about this guitar that I bought. It was on sale for $300 and something from American Musical, a store in New Jersey that I buy a lot of equipment from. The appealing thing of this guitar was that it was extremely cheap, and it was a real Gibson. It was manufactured in the United States, just like every other Gibson. You've heard of more cowbell. Well, this is MoCoS2E2. I bought this guitar. It had a wraparound bridge. It had this bridge here, okay, and I don't know if you can see this. It wrapped around, and you put the strings in here, and it went around like that. It would go out of tune a lot. I didn't like that it went out of tune. It had some very lightweight Gibson tuners on it, though. I got it, and I felt that the pickups were too hot. They didn't have any complexity to the tone. It was just straight up, you know, rock monster kind of stuff. So anyway, I swapped out the pickups for a set of Seymour and Duncan Saturday Night Specials. I put a Bigsby vibrato on the back here, genuine Bigsby. I put some roller saddles on this original bridge so that it would stay in tune better when I bent strings or when I use a vibrato. Okay, I got these off a cheap Chinese bridge, and they work just fine. They're actually excellent. And the problem was that these posts were too high. They were okay for the wraparound bridge, but the saddles add, I don't know if you can see, a little bit of extra height, and so they were too high, and so I had to put the bridge down as low as it went, and even then it was too much. So I've actually countersunk these screws into the wood so that this bridge can go all the way down flat on the guitar body. I'm going to put this back in here. I'm going to put the bridge all the way down on the body. I haven't even tried this out yet. I just did the countersinking thing. I've still been working on it. I actually played this guitar in this configuration at the gig at Bowery Electric with the Albert Bouchard project. What I noticed was that right after that, it was staying in tune pretty well, but right after that, it was out of tune a lot, and I noticed that the neck had quite a bit of curve in it, so I put some relief on it, and I played it, and it was much better in tune. I think that over the course of time it might have bent a little bit, but the truss rod works fine, and so now it's nice, and it stays in tune. It was, like I say, it was still playing a little high, the action. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to string it with some strings and see how this goes. Oh, also I might have mentioned, probably didn't, that I replaced these tuners with locking tuners. So these are the Grover locking tuners, mini locking tuners. So they're very small. Looks like I can tighten these up a little bit. Okay. Every single one of these tuners was loose. Must be because I was playing it so aggressively. So, D'Addario, NYXL, they're excellent strings. They last a long time. I played a bunch of shows, and I probably, when I took the last set off, I could have used them more, but I played one gig with those strings. One great gig and about half a dozen rehearsals. So now this is a little bit tricky, putting the strings on a Bigsby. You have to put a little kink in them, like that. I don't know if you can see that, but you put a little kink in them and it makes it go easier. I saw a video on YouTube where you put the string over this little roller bar here. It doesn't work on this guitar. It's just the whole action, everything the way it is, it just doesn't want to work. So this is a little tricky to get this in. Got to pretty much hold tension on it until you've got it strung in the guitar slot. Okay. So I'll put that in there. I'll just leave that there for now. Of course, it's got to go back. Come on, get back on that little post there. I'm going to have to edit this down or speed it up or something, because this is going to be interminable for anybody who isn't a guitar player. Or maybe even guitar players, it'll be interminable. It's like, yeah, I know all this crap already. And now, doesn't want to stay on. There we go. Now, the good thing about locking tuners is you can pull them as tight as you want, right off the get-go. And as you tighten them up, oh, you mother. There we go. Let's take a check on our tuning. Okay, one more thing to do, and this guitar will be ready to rock. I don't know if I'm gonna have to check the action, but before we even do that, let's take care of this. There's a little syringe. This is your friction remover. Yes, it's a D'Addario product. I have to, in all fairness, I endorse D'Addario products. They make great stuff. Oops, that's too much. Well, so if you put too much on, they give you these little brushes to take some off. I'm going to get one of these the big brush for that one, because I really overdid it. I'm going to take each string out of the slot, put some in there in each slot. I'll go back in there. Let's do some of this stuff too. Pass fret, something I've been using since the BOC days. So as a postscript to this episode, I ended up going on eBay and buying this thing called the Vibramate. Vibramate is the company, and it's the Vibramate Spoiler, string retainer for Bigsby vibratos. And what you do is you put it on the posts of the vibrato, and you have a slot to put the strings in. It makes it way easier to string the guitar. It stays in tune just as well, and you actually get a little bit more depth of the vibrato because of the angle of the string. Well, that's it for this week. Hope you enjoyed my vlog. Don't forget to subscribe and leave your comments below. Thank you very much. Have a great day.